Welcome to France. France is full of wonders. But beyond Paris and the Eiffel Tower lies a world that feels straight out of dreams. From magical islands rising out of the sea, to castles that look like fairy tales, to breathtaking mountains and hidden cities filled with history. These are the places that will make you fall in love with France all over again. Stay with us, because what you're about to see is truly unforgettable. Number 1. Mont Saint-Michel. Mont Saint-Michel is one of France's most enchanting wonders, a medieval island rising dramatically from the sea. Surrounded by shifting tides and crowned with a stunning abbey, it feels like something out of a fantasy novel. As you wander its steep cobblestone streets, lined with ancient stone houses, you'll discover breathtaking views at every corner. It's a place where history, mystery, and beauty collide. Number 2. Chamonix-Mont-Blanc. Nestled at the foot of Europe's tallest mountain, Mont Blanc, Chamonix is the ultimate destination for adventure and natural beauty. In winter, it's one of the world's most legendary ski resorts. In summer, it transforms into a paradise for hikers, climbers, and nature lovers. Towering peaks, glaciers, and alpine meadows surround this lively town, making it a true wonder of the French Alps. Number 3. Nice. The crown jewel of the French Riviera. Nice shines with Mediterranean charm. Its palm-lined Promenade des Anglais offers dazzling sea views, while the old town's colorful streets are filled with markets, cafes, and local flavors. Between its sunny beaches, artistic heritage, and vibrant culture, Nice perfectly blends relaxation with sophistication. A destination where every corner feels like a postcard. Number 4. Marseille. Marseille, France's oldest city, is a melting pot of history, culture, and energy. The bustling Old Port is the heart of the city, where fishing boats meet lively restaurants serving fresh seafood. Overlooking it all is the majestic Basilica of Notre-Dame de la Garde, offering sweeping views of the Mediterranean coastline. With its unique mix of tradition and modern spirit, Marseille captures the true soul of southern France. Number 5. Bordeaux. Bordeaux is a city that flows with elegance and taste. Renowned worldwide for its vineyards and wines, it also boasts stunning neoclassical architecture, wide boulevards, and a lively riverfront. The Place de la Bourse and its water mirror are some of the most photographed spots in France. Bordeaux isn't just about wine, it's about experiencing French art de vivre at its finest. Number 6. Strasbourg. Strasbourg is a city straight out of a fairy tale, where French and German cultures meet in perfect harmony. Its old town, La Petite France, is filled with timber-framed houses, canals, and flower-decked bridges. At its heart stands the awe-inspiring Strasbourg Cathedral, one of Europe's tallest and most beautiful Gothic churches. Every season, Strasbourg glows with charm, especially at Christmas, when it becomes home to one of the world's most famous markets. Number 7. Avignon. Avignon was once the seat of popes, and its medieval grandeur is still alive today. The massive Palais des Papes dominates the skyline, a symbol of power and history that shaped medieval Europe. The city's charm extends to its narrow streets, lively squares, and the iconic Pont d'Avignon stretching across the Rhône River. Avignon is a perfect blend of history, culture, and Provençal beauty. Number 8. Carcassonne. Carcassonne is a fortified city that looks like it was pulled straight from the pages of a legend. Surrounded by massive stone walls and dotted with turrets and towers, this medieval citadel takes you back centuries. Inside the walls, cobbled lanes, charming shops, and hidden courtyards create an atmosphere unlike anywhere else. It's one of the most breathtaking examples of medieval architecture in all of Europe. Number 9. Loire Valley. The Loire Valley is known as the Garden of France, a region of rolling hills, vineyards, and majestic châteaux. Castles like Chambord and Chenonceau rise from the landscape like something out of a storybook. Beyond the palaces, the valley is rich with riverside towns, beautiful gardens, and world-class wines. It's a destination that perfectly captures the romance and elegance of the French countryside. Number 10. Gorges du Verdon. The Gorges du Verdon is one of Europe's greatest natural wonders, often called the Grand Canyon of France. Its turquoise river winds between towering limestone cliffs, creating breathtaking scenery. Visitors can kayak, hike, or simply admire the views from cliffside roads. Wild, dramatic, and awe-inspiring, the Verdon Gorge is the ultimate escape for adventure seekers and nature lovers alike. And that's just a glimpse of the magic hidden across France. From fairy tale castles and ancient cities to breathtaking mountains and natural wonders. Which one of these places is calling your name? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more travel adventures, and ring the bell so you never miss an escape. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and we'll see you in the next video.